Hello and welcome on the mat. Today's sequence is a cardio sequence, a yoga inspired cardio sequence that focuses especially on your core muscles. We'll be doing a series of asanas that help you gain maximum muscle strength but primarily focuses on your core. So let's get started. Come on all fours or tabletop. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Untuck your toes. Inhale to cow pose. Shoulders up, hips up, belly drops. And as you exhale, tuck your belly in, tuck your tailbone in, shoulders away from each other. Inhale to cow pose. Again, head up, hips up, belly drops. And slowly exhale to cat pose. Lift your belly up. Shoulders come down, tuck your tailbone, cat pose. Again, inhale cow, belly drops, deep breath in. And exhale, suck your belly into cat pose. Create maximum curve in your spine as you look down towards your belly button. Now slowly in this position, lift your legs up and come to plank. Keep your core really tucked in. And now slowly bring your body forward, place your knees on the mat and come down to Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog, knees hovering off the mat, elbows straight. And exhale, lift your hips up towards the sky and come to downward facing dog. Push yourself away from your hands as much as possible. Suck your belly in, try to straighten your knees as much as possible. Try to bring your heels on the mat. Look towards your belly button, and now here you can bend one knee at a time to gain a little more hamstring stretch. Stretch the back of your legs. Your shoulders are also starting to get warmed up here. And now slowly from down dog, you'll roll your body forward to plank position. Inhale, bring your body forward to plank. Now tuck your core really tight. And we'll come to Vasishthasana or side plank. Bring all your body weight on your left arm and your left leg. Try to place your right leg over your left leg, or you can place it in front if you're not able to balance. Lift your right arm straight up to the sky and look towards your right hand if you can. If you cannot, just look in the front. Try not to look on your left hand. Lift your hips up as much as you can. Tuck your belly in really tight. Activate your core. Try to keep your knees as straight as possible. And now slowly bring your right hand down on the mat. Lift your right leg up towards the sky. Come to three-legged dog. And exhale, bring your right knee forward towards your right elbow. And slowly take it down to your right wrist. Now twist and take it to your left wrist. And lift it up to your left elbow. So you kind of formed a square box with your knee on both your hands. We'll do this drill one more time. Lift your leg up and bring your knee forward to your right elbow. Take it down to your right wrist. Slowly move it to your left wrist and lift it up to your left elbow. Your knee is not coming down on the mat all this time. Now slowly place your right knee, your right shin down on the mat, and we'll come to Kapotasana or pigeon pose. Now this one can be a little tricky for people who have tight hamstrings or tight hip and flexor muscles. So you can place a folded towel or a folded mat underneath your right hip if you're hovering off the mat. Fold your arms in front of your chest, close your eyes and focus on all the workout that you just did. I'm guessing your core is activated by now because mine surely is. So now we'll bring both the hands down on the mat and rest in Balasana or child's pose. Open your knees wide, bring your hips on your heels. Extend your arms forward and relax on the mat. Just let all your body muscles really loose and relaxed. Let gravity pull you down. Take long and deep breaths here. And now slowly we'll come back to tabletop. And lift your knees up, tuck your toes and come to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look towards your belly button. Lift your hips up as much as you can. Push yourself with your hands. And now inhale, roll your body forward to plank again. And we'll do Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Keep your glutes and core really tucked here and exhale to downward facing dog. Take long and deep breaths. Again inhale, roll your body forward to plank, and now we'll do Vasishthasana from the second side. So lift your body weight on your right hand, extend your left arm up towards the sky, your left leg comes over your right leg, and try to lift your hips towards the sky as much as possible. Keep your core really tight here. Your shoulders, your core is really worked out in this one. Knees straight. And exhale, bring your left hand down on the mat. Inhale, lift your left leg up towards the sky to three-legged dog. And now we'll make that virtual square box again. Exhale, bring your left knee forward to your left elbow. And slowly take it down to your left wrist. Now comes your right wrist. And lift it up to your right elbow. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, lift your leg up to three-legged dog. And exhale, bring it forward to your left elbow. Take long and deep breaths. Knee comes down to your left wrist, then right wrist, and then right elbow. Now slowly place your leg down, come to Kapotasana or pigeon pose. We'll relax our body muscles for a while. Try to keep the back leg as straight as possible, back knee to the mat. Join your hands and close your eyes to take long deep breaths. Relax all your body muscles here. Just normalize your breath for a while. And now slowly place your arms down on the mat. Take your leg back and rest in child's pose or balasana. Open your knees wide. Rest your body down, hips on heels. Head on the mat, arms extended forward. Relax yourself completely, all your body muscles. You can deepen your shoulder stretch if you want to open your shoulders. You can join your hands at the back of your head. Take your elbows just a little forward. Now slowly bring your arms down and roll yourself forward. We'll come to elbow plank. Lift your body up on your elbows. Now here you have to keep your core really tight and make sure the body weight is distributed on both your legs and both your elbows. Take long and deep breaths. Make sure you don't let your core loose because then your hips will drop down. And now slowly from here we'll come to Vasishthasana variation. Bring all your body weight on your left elbow. Lift your right arm up straight towards the sky. Your right leg comes straight over your left leg. If you're not able to balance, you can place it forward or you can just simply balance it on top. Try to lift your hips up towards the sky. Tuck your core really tight. Lift, lift, lift. And now slowly come down to elbow plank again. Switching sides. Now we'll come to the right elbow for Vasishthasana variation. Lift your left arm up towards the sky. Keep both your knees really straight. Left leg hovering over the right leg. Lift your hip up towards the sky. Take long deep breaths. Core tight. And now slowly bring both your elbows down on the mat. We'll come to elbow plank again. Keep taking long relaxing breaths so you don't pant or you're not out of breath. Now slowly bring both your knees on the mat and we'll come to Vajrasana. Hips over heels. Back straight. Relax yourself here. You can even fold forward to Shashank Asana. Just bring your head down on the mat and relax your arms by your side. In this, you're relaxing all your body muscles, but at the same time, your core is really tight. It's scrunched in. So you're feeling all the tension in your core. Rise up slowly, come back to Vajrasana again. Now it's time for some core flexion and spinal extension. counter movements are also very important when you're working on your muscles. So we'll try the camel pose or Ustrasana. Lift yourself up on your knees. Place both your hands on the back to support your back. Now slowly drop your head back. Pull your hip flexors forward, and if it's available to you, place both your palms on your heels and drop your head back loose behind. You have to keep your glutes really tight, your core really tight here, so that you don't hurt your lower back in this back bend. Take long and deep breaths. Keep pulling your hip flexors forward. Now slowly bring both your hands on your back. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, relax. Bring your hips over your heels. Moving on to the next movement, bring your legs forward straight to the front, Dandasana. Back straight, kneecaps pulled up. Inhale, rise your hands up towards the sky, and exhale, we'll come forward to Paschimottanasana or forward fold. You have to hold the outside edges of your feet and try to keep your kneecaps as pulled up as possible. Now slowly bring your nose close to your knees if it's available to you, or you can just simply bend forward. Only whatever is available to you, don't overpush yourself here. Take long and deep breaths, just hold to one position and then you have to maintain that position. Now inhale, rise up slowly, bring your arms up towards the sky, and exhale, relax to Dandasana. Now we'll do a Marichyasana variation. Fold your right leg and place your right foot on the outside edge of your left knee. Now bring your left elbow on the outside edge of your right knee and twist your body towards the right side. Look over your right shoulder. Keep your left kneecap pulled up, left leg really straight. And make sure you're pushing your shoulders away from your ears as much as possible. You don't have to dip in your shoulders. Unlock yourself and switch sides. We'll do it from the other side. Hold your left knee and place your left foot on the outside edge of your right knee. Twist your body towards the left and bring your right elbow on the outside edge of your left knee. Place your left arm behind and look over your left shoulder. Take long and deep breaths here. You will feel a deep twist in your core muscles here. This asana is especially very beneficial for people who are suffering from diabetes because it really exercises your pancreas and regulates your insulin levels. Shoulders away from ears. Slowly inhale and unlock yourself. Legs straight in the front again. Now we'll come to boat pose or Navasana. Fold both your knees. Extend your arms forward. Your back should be really straight, and slowly we'll bring the legs off the mat. Try to keep your shins parallel to the mat and pull your thighs as close to your core as possible. Keep your back really straight. Pull up your toes towards the sky. Take long and deep breaths here. And now slowly exhale and we'll come to low boat. Straighten your legs but keep them off the mat. Keep your upper back hovering off the mat. Tighten your core. Take long and deep breaths. And now inhale, rise up to high boat or Navasana. Fold your knees. Straighten your back, come up, arms extended forward. Long and deep breaths. Take a deep breath in and exhale to release. Come to Sukhasana. Take a few relaxing breaths here. Normalize your breath. We'll do another round of high and low boat, Navasana. Fold your knees, arms extended forward, back straight. Now slowly hover your shin off the mat. Bring them parallel to the length of the mat. Bring your thigh as close to your core as possible. Long and deep breaths. Keep your toes tucked towards the sky. And Now slowly exhale, come to low boat, straighten your legs, but keep them hovering off the mat. Your upper back is off the mat. Tighten your core really tight. Arms extended, and now slowly take your arms above your head. This will activate your core all the more intensely. And now slowly release all your body muscles down on the mat. Relax for a couple of seconds. Keep your arms extending up above your head. Now from here we'll again come back to low boat. So take a deep breath in. Tighten your core muscles and hover your legs and arms off the mat. Bring your arms forward to low boat. Keep your knees really tight. And now exhale, come up to high boat. Fold your knees, bring your shins parallel to the mat. Take a deep breath in and exhale to release, Sukhasana. Try to normalize your breath here. I would highly recommend this sequence for people who are trying to lose belly fat, but more for people who are trying to gain core strength for advanced asanas like inversions and all. So now we'll come to Lolasana. Place your hands close to your hips and slowly lift your hips up and lift both your legs up off the mat. Tighten your core, take long 5 deep breaths and exhale to release. This can be really intense. It is not as easy as it seems. I'm sure you'll realize when you practice. Another round of Lolasana. Place your arms close to your hips. Curve your spine, lift your hips up and slowly lift both your legs up off the mat. And exhale to release. Relax all your body muscles now. Your core will be really worked up. Now we are going to head on to a few supine poses. So bring your back on the mat. Lie down straight. Try to keep your core active all the time. Although it's difficult, but you have to try to do it. Now slowly inhale and raise both your legs together and we'll come to waterfall pose. Bring your legs up to a 90-degree angle. Tuck your toes and point your toes towards your torso. Keep your arms extended. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck muscles. Just engage your core to keep your legs lifted off the mat and let gravity do all the core work. Now slowly exhale and bring your legs down. Very slowly. Keep your knees tight and relax. We will do 2 more rounds of the same drill. We'll come very slowly to waterfall pose and then bring our legs down as slow as possible. Keep your pace according to your body strength. Inhale, tighten your kneecaps and lift your legs up to waterfall pose again. Bring your legs to 90-degree angle. Tuck your toes pointing towards the torso. Make sure your neck and shoulders are really relaxed and it is just your core and your lower back that's doing all the work. Long and relaxing breaths. Now slowly exhale and bring your legs down towards the mat as slow as possible. Keep your knees really tight and straight. When you're doing any asanas in supine pose, it is very important to keep your lower back glued to the mat so that you don't hurt your lower back when you're doing asanas. And when you keep your lower back glued to the mat, your core automatically activates. Now slowly we'll prepare for the final round. Inhale, lift both your legs together towards the sky, knees really straight and tight. Tuck your toes. Again, shoulders and neck really relaxed. Activate your lower back, activate your core muscles to keep your legs lifted. And exhale, very slowly and gently bring both your legs towards the mat again in a straight line. Keep your knees really straight and tight. And now relax. Take long and relaxing breaths. Let all your body muscles loose. Now we'll fold the left knee and bring the left knee towards the torso and come to supine twist. Place your left knee towards the right side of the mat. Bring your arms to a T and look towards your left hand. Now in this position you have to try to bring your left knee to the mat and your left shoulder on the mat. It is a counter twist and a very deep stretching of your waist. Relax all your body muscles here, but at the same time keep your right kneecap pulled up and keep twisting your torso as much as you can so that both your knee and your shoulder come on the mat. Now from here straighten your left leg and hold your left toe with your right hand. This can be a little deep for your hamstrings. Don't over push yourself if you're not able to do it. And keep looking towards your left arm constantly. And now slowly release your left leg. Bring it back on the mat. Switching sides, fold your right knee and bring it to your torso. And now twist it and take it to the left side of the mat. Left leg straight, bring your arms to a T shape and look towards your right palm. Try to glue your right shoulder and your right knee to the mat as much as possible. Close your eyes and focus on the deep stretch that you're getting in your waist and your core muscles. Now from here, straighten your leg, your right leg, and hold your right foot with your left hand. Long and deep breaths. Feel the deep hamstring stretch here. It is very important to relax your core muscles when you have done core training. Slowly come back on the mat. Hug both your knees really tight. Take long and deep breaths again. I'm always reminding you to take long and deep breaths. That's the most important part of yoga, to regulate your breathing. And exhale. Stretch your legs wide. Stretch your arms wide. And we'll come to Shavasana. We are done for the day. You can just finally relax all your body muscles without expecting any further training. It's just time to chill now. Long and deep breaths. I'd suggest you practice Shavasana for at least 2 minutes because it is very important to cool down after you've done so much of training. I'm pretty confident you'll be able to benefit from this core workout. Thank you for sharing your practice. Ta-da!